Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the pre-market live show. Today is Wednesday, November 19th. Just cruising through November, and let's look at the market. It is NVDA day today. NVDA earnings. Everybody will be keeping an eye on that in the after hours. We'll be talking about that today. It is green right now, so let's go through the market. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody today? That's what your map looks like, your heat map. And again, NVIDIA is green right now. It's up over $1.93, and it does not look great to me. I'm not going to lie, but it could be that bottom right there. So it will be interesting going into earnings. We'll be keeping an eye on it today. You guys know that. And your SPY is up a little bit. I honestly thought they were dipping down some more, but could be that parachute look as well. We saw it here, and then we saw them dip down. They still don't look great. Let's put it that way. And your Qs are up a little bit this morning, 598. And again, just not looking perfect, that's for sure. So it looks like they started out down there last night and then into the morning came up, and they look like they could be coming down. We'll be keeping an eye on that. How are you, Luis Rodriguez and everybody else? IWM right here is up a little bit. 8:30 jobs report, so we'll see what that brings. And then let's look at our Jolie's jumpers and see what's going on with CHR right here, because I had that on the list. We've been talking about this thing, and it was running up a little bit this morning. It was running up a little bit yesterday as well. So there you go with CHR. Keep an eye on that bad boy, because that's not looking too bad. EPSM, not even familiar with Epsilon Enterprises right here, but was running up yesterday, ran up some more this morning. And KZAI, hold on, I can't find the Z right there. There it is. KZAI, not sure what the heck am I doing? What? That is one, isn't it? KZIA. That's why I got to do it right. KZIA. I thought it was AI. KZIA. I was saying it wrong and typing it in wrong, so it wouldn't come up. But it was jumping up yesterday. I remember seeing it yesterday, but I was looking at KZIA, not KZAI. And let's look at QBTS, that D wave right here. And these guys look like they're trying to crawl up. And again, QUBT, that quantum computing, was running up yesterday, a little bit today. RGTI right there. And also SGBX is that safe and green holdings, was running up pretty good yesterday, just kind of bouncing around this morning. SPRC right here, that looks really good. Keep an eye on this one, SPRC. That looks like it wants to get moving. And what about STEC right here? Was running yesterday, Sandtech Holdings, and it's just in between that channel right there. TBH is Bragg House, and that one's just kind of hanging out. Can't really brag about much right now. And VCIG, I remember, ran up pretty good last week, and that looks like it's trying to set back up right there. And YMAT was jumping yesterday and popped up even higher today. It went, 93 to 109. And it's at 92 right now. And there you go with your Jolie's jumpers. And thank you very much, Asian Jolie. Greatly appreciate those. And let's see what's going on with the big caps and everything else. And let me see. Target right here lowered their guidance for the upcoming year. Not a good sign for the overall economy. I agree right there. So Target did have their earnings, and it is down a little bit. And Lowe is bucking the trend right here, and they went up. Holy cow. Look at Lowe's right there, bouncing out of that basement. Wow, that's a pretty good look, as Home Depot took a huge dip yesterday. So you were saying Lowe's was doing better. Remember, we were looking at it, and Lowe's did look a little bit better at the time, but as they came into earnings, they both were pulling back there. But in the beginning there, Lowe's was looking better. We were checking these out. Obviously, you had a big dip opportunity, and you would have had to play the earnings. Not saying I was doing it, but it was right there. And there you go for Lowe's, bucking the trend and bouncing up this morning. So that's good to see. And let's see what's going on. Like I said, our SPY, our Mag 7, or our SPY and our Qs are up a little bit this morning right here. So let's look at our Mag 7 and see what they look like. Apple's up a little bit. That doesn't look very good to me. Amazon right here, that's up a little bit. It does have resistance, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't look great. Hold on. There we go. And that doesn't look great right there. So let's see what else is going on over here in our Mag 7 world. Google right here is looking pretty decent, curling up. That one actually looks decent. Meta was pulling back. It looks like it bottomed out. It's in the basement. Probably going to be a great opportunity right there. Meta coming up. as it's going to run. And Microsoft was pulling back a little, and they had all kinds of news yesterday with NVIDIA and everything else going on. And speaking of NVIDIA, that's Microsoft. Let's look at it. It is the big one today that everybody has their eyes on. It's up a little bit. They have earnings. It doesn't look great right there. Let's take a better look at it and see what it really looks like right there. It's trying to curl up, but again, it doesn't look like it wants to get crazy. Can it? Absolutely can, and we'll see how the day goes on. That's for sure. And you're not bucking the cues today. Laptop Travel thinks Trump and his pump today might prop the markets up for another one more trading day. Long term, he's still bearish right there. So there you go with Laptop Travel. How are you this morning? And let's see what we're doing here with our Tesla. And this is TSLA, and that's actually just trying to get set up. It's dipping down just a little bit, but it has some good support right there. Your 20's over. And Elon was at the White House last night. I don't know what the heck they were doing there, but they had some nice dinner, and Elon was there and all kinds of other people. But anyway, I did see that. And let's see what's going on. Elon and Jensen's AI conference is a play. A distraction right there. Yeah, what is that? What's going on with that thing right there? Laptop Travel. I don't even know. There's all kinds of weird things going on right now. And let's look at AMC. When are we going to see the full Epstein thing? And you know now that they've had it for this long, everything that they wanted to take out of it's going to be missing. And we'll just see what they wanted us to see. So I don't know about that. I mean, we're still going to get to see some info, but clearly it's you guys know how I feel about that. He's been covering it up so he can protect his donors and his buddies and maybe himself, who the hell knows. And now all of a sudden they're sending it to Congress, but obviously, and then there's an investigation in it. So yeah, they're going to be taking out the files that they don't want you to see. You already know that. And let's see, Elon and Jensen are meeting to have this AI conference to discuss the Saudi deal for a $1 trillion investment in the U.S. So that's interesting right there. And let's see, AMC. So yeah, that could definitely be a little market popper. Let's go NVIDIA. Save the market, Progressive G. Yeah, I don't know how great it's looking, but clearly it can do anything. I mean, like I said, I don't play earnings. I don't even understand them. So we'll be watching it today. You guys know we'll be in a Discord later, and obviously in the after hours. Hopefully Ben's feeling better. I know he wasn't feeling that great yesterday and was going to the doctor. So hopefully Ben's feeling well today. And let's go through and see AMC down here. Looks like it's trying to bottom out. We've seen it before look like that. And GameStop, same situation. Looks like it's trying to bottom out. So maybe again, it is such a coin flip right now, especially this morning. Chewy right here, still looking pretty good. We were talking about that. And Unity right here, not looking bad. And we were talking about them too. So there you go with them. And Netflix right here, looking pretty decent after that split. So that could get rolling now that it's actually in the $100 range. And Tesla, what did I just do Tesla for? What am I doing? AVGO. I was going to say, let's do our semiconductors. And I typed in Tesla. I don't know what happened, but AVGO right here, it's up, but it doesn't look great either. I mean, look at it. It's just holding itself up right now is all it looks like it's doing. I don't know. It's trying to crawl up, and even if it did get up there, I don't know how much it would get through that MACD at the moment. MU right here is up a little bit this morning, and I don't know how great that one looks either. It looks like it's going to be pulling back right there. We'll have to see how they open up and how these things run around today because they don't look beautiful. TSM sitting on that trend line, might even be below it right now. It was, yeah, it is below it. Was sitting on it yesterday, and now MU or TSM is right below its support line, making it a resistance. SMCI down here, that actually could be getting set up. It also could try to curl up and then bounce back down. So you just got to keep an eye on SMCI, and we'll see what that does. And AMD is also down and not looking beautiful right there. So I can't say that they look great right here, guys. I know the market's up a hair, but it is not looking perfect. Let's put it that way. Qualcomm looks like it's trying to keep itself up, has some good support underneath of it right there, the 160 area, and even right there at 162. So it would have to get through them. I think it'll stay above them. Snowflake's actually been looking good. We can keep an eye on that snow right there. Let's look at sterling because I just thought of it, and it's up $1, and this one could get bouncing. It was setting up to do it, and look, I just happened to look over and saw you put the Viking right there, and that one is trying to get set up still. That's not looking bad. Well, how about that blue screen? But the Viking's not looking too bad, although it is crossed down right there. It wasn't crossed down yesterday, I don't think, or let's see. Let me see. Yeah, it's definitely crossed down right there. So it has that interesting look right there, and it's trying to keep itself over to 20. So we'll keep an eye on that. Their phase 3 enrollment is complete. So full steam ahead for Viking right there. And Progressive G thinks NVIDIA will smash their earnings right there. So that is good to hear. Progressive G. I like the optimism. And let's see what PayPal is up to right here. It is up a little bit. The market looks like it kind of bottomed out, but again, it could level down real easy if Nvidia doesn't beat it. So it's one of them things. And again, I'm not good at earnings. It's the one thing I am just terrible at. I don't even understand it. Here's Dell. It's been dipping down. That looks like it's bottoming out right there. Could be a great one to try to run back up. And IBM, we were talking about shorting down yesterday, right to that spot, and it hit exactly there. And now it's just hanging out, and that could easily bounce back up, but it could fall back down too. Palantir right here trying to crawl back up, and you assume that one doesn't like to be down very much. It usually doesn't. And Sophie is down and trying to crawl back up, and then you have your Mara and Riot, and they all look like they bottomed out as well. Look at these things; they look pretty decent right there. Clean Spark and the rest of this gang looking pretty good. MicroStrategy also looks like it's trying to set up at the moment. And then you have your Robinhood and Coinbase, and they've been pulling back, and they don't look too bad to try to get set up. But again, they still have to curl up, get through that MACD, get rocking and rolling, and they don't look like they want to do it immediately. Let's put it that way. And here is Webull, and they do have earnings tomorrow. So there you go with Webull, Bull, and that's not looking bad today. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And let's see what the rest of these guys are doing right here, like Space and a couple more. And that is Virgin Galactic. That's been setting up and looking pretty good. Boeing was pulling back there, and maybe that did bottom out. It still doesn't look perfect right there, but again, it's all going to be based off of NVIDIA. DJT still down there, but that looks like it tried to bottom out. And then you have your Oxy and ExxonMobil pulling back a little bit. They were looking great yesterday, and DXYZ right here also had been pulling back and up a little bit this morning. So that's what the market looks like in a whole. It is pretty I would say more or less light green. NVIDIA's up, Google's up right there. So you do have two of them up. And let's see, NVIDIA going into, I mean, it is green. It's trying to curl up right there. It is pre-market still. So obviously it's super early and it's running up early in the morning. So that means it could be getting set up to come straight down during the market hour. So we'll be keeping an eye on the video. You guys know that. Again, we'll be on in the Discord, Progressive G, and let's see what that IMRX is doing. And it's just kind of hanging out, but it does look really good right there, I must say, Progressive G. So, yeah, definitely keep your eyes on this IMRX. It looks like it wants to fly up there some more. And BLSH, what is that one? Bullish. And let's see what this bullish is doing. It has its earnings coming up today. We'll see how bullish it is on its earnings, but it doesn't look bad. And another one looks like it tried to bottom out and curling up. So your 20s aren't too far away from some of them. And obviously, they could go either way. Google is up this morning. You could see that one looks pretty good. And the other Google looked like it was up a little bit more right there. That's interesting. But around the same. Anyway, there you go with them. Let me see what else. And let me see. What else? The target lowered low. Lowe's beat its the trend and went up this morning. Elon and Jensen have an AI conference. I didn't even hear that actually announced, to be honest with you. Their laptop travel. I didn't see anything about it, but I know you follow that stuff. So let's look into that thing. And national security is being tagged on the documents Trump's does not want you to see. So there you go, right there. And let's see, Dash. Let me see the DoorDash right here. Wow, Dash is looking really good this morning. Huh? That looks like it wants to dash up. And Laptop Travel will be on the Benzinga live show at 11 a.m. and have two little stock picks. So there you go. Laptop Travel, very nice right there. And earnings are due any moment. But what the heck does that say? I have no idea what you even wrote there, Luis Rodriguez. Something buy on Viking Therapeutics raised the price target to 107. So yeah, Viking looking really good right there. That's for sure. So definitely keep an eye on VKTX. I can't even see what I'm typing in. VKTX right there. And there's your Viking up a little bit. And it does look like it wants to try to curl up. It is pulled back a little bit. It did go down. Like I said, it was up there. It looked like it wanted to pull its all. It still doesn't look bad. Maybe it'll make that quick curl up and go up. We see that happen too. So there you go with them. IMRX looking real good and BLSH. And let's see. Could you please show bull one more time? Progressive G. Sure thing there. There's your bull right here. And it's not looking bad. It does have earnings going tomorrow right there. And it does look like it's trying to get out of the basement right there. Looking much better. So I would say these things do look pretty good. That's a good sign for NVIDIA right there, Progressive G. So Google is up. And let's see, Laptop Travel said he's going to be a big Amazon buy-in. There's going to be a big Amazon buy-in, or I'm going to be a big Amazon buy-in January. So there you go. Laptop Travel saying that he's going to like that down in January. It is pulling back real nice. The Qs are at 599 right now, and they're up a little bit this morning. And again, they are running up right now, which could be a sign that they want to pull back. We'll see what happens. They don't look too bad this morning, and we'll be keeping an eye on that and keeping you updated in the Discord. Here's your SPY right here, and it had pulled back, but it's looking pretty decent this morning. That REMX is up again. It had a little bit of pullback yesterday after it ran up, but that's looking good. And Laptop Travel's like in PayPal and Amazon for early 2026. And let's see what our UVXY and these guys are up to real quick. That's not looking so bad. It's just a little bit flat right there. Just on call, waiting to see what it has to do right there. I didn't want to hit that one. I meant to hit the futures. Just look at the VIX right here to see what that happened to look like this morning. And that is well, that does look like it's going to pull back right there, the VIX. So that's interesting, to be honest with you. That does look like it wants to pull back at the moment. And that is your VIX. And did we go through crypto? I don't think so. So here we go. Let's look at it. Bitcoin 91,320, Ethereum 3,883, Solana's at 138, Cardano's at 46, and Chainlink's at 1343, and Ripple at 213 right there. Here we go. That was what the stock cube said. But let's take a look and see what these guys are up to right here. And yeah, I mean, look at it. It's in the basement, has to get set up a little bit, but that could absolutely be the bottom right there for Bitcoin. And let's look at Ethereum and see what that looks like as well. And that could absolutely be the bottom, but we've seen it set up like this before and level down, and that 20 still coming down. So I don't trust it 100%. But it is making a little base. Let's put it that way, trying to crawl up, and we'll be keeping an eye on it. I don't know. The market doesn't look perfect to me. Ripple coming down some more. Look at that, dipping down right there. And Doge right here is just kind of trying to make a base, but doesn't look perfect either. Let's look at XLM, good old Stellar, and that's just been pulling back as well, and looks like it could continue to pull back. So let's see what our optimism is and how optimistic it is. That looks like it could roll off the MACD and run. That looks like the bottom was in down here, and it wants to get set up. So it's interesting for optimism OP. And there you go. SEMR big runner this morning right there. SEMrush Holdings was jumping up there, and that KZIA and SGML is Sigma Lithium Corp, and that one was running up as well. And let's see what's light up to is let's see, Lumenum Holdings right here, and that's up pretty big, up $7 right there, rolling up and looking pretty good for LITE. That could be a bright light today, and you can keep an eye on that one. Yeah, that's not looking bad for LITE right there, Luis Rodriguez. I like that look. And let's see what else is going on over here in our market. So yeah, a little bit green this morning right there. Your energy, your ExxonMobil gas and oil are actually down at the moment. And our crypto, it's not looking that great, but it's not looking bad either. It was at 92K. Bitcoin's at 91. Just kind of hanging out right there and looking to see if we want to make a base and go up or go down. NVIDIA's $24 billion AI deal. Blitz has Wall Street asking questions, and T-Bill and Chill. What the heck? Robinhood CIO on what to do after the sell off and the danger markets are ignoring U.S. stock futures steady in lead up to NVIDIA test. And stock Ralph pauses ahead of NVIDIA earnings. And that is going to be a test the market today and the stock market today. The S&P 500 futures rise as investors await NVIDIA earnings. So that's what we're looking at. It is NVIDIA day, that's for sure, guys. And we'll be keeping an eye on that to see what it wants to do in the earnings. And we'll probably be listening to it in the after hours. UAMY getting set up as well. I like that look too, Luis Rodriguez. That one definitely looks pretty good right there. And let's just see if anything's going on. Whoop, I didn't want to hit that one. See if anything's active over here. Your CHR, we were talking about it. AZI, remember this one? That one just blasted off. It looked like, look at that bad boy popping up there. Wow, look at that. Remember, we had it for this pop, and then it pulled back. We should have kept an eye on AZI. That thing ran right up there today. IVP is another one dipping down right there. And Plug is also dipping down pretty big. And let's see. Nokia is pulling back at the moment. WTO has been trying to set up. It's not moving. And Buru is pulling back a little bit right there. Just kind of, actually, Buru could be trying to bottom out right there. Nah, it's trying to. I don't know if it's exactly ready, but it's trying to. Let's put it that way. SGML is up, and VCIG, this bad boy, looking pretty good. We might want to keep an eye on this thing right here. That looks like it's trying to get curled up and not looking bad right there. Let me jot that one down. VCIG. Keep an eye on that today. And there's your TQQQ. And we'll look at our SQQQ real quick. There's your safe and green holdings and MSTU down there. And that's a long micro strategy looking a lot better way down here. So there you go. And ASBP still in that basement right there. So that is what we're looking at the moment. And let's see if there's anything else, because I know we were going to look at the Viking, and we looked at it a couple times, VKTX, and it is up this morning right there, moving right along. And then QuantumScape is pulling back still. It doesn't look perfect right there for that QS, and it is pulling back. And then that Celius right here, we were going to look at that, and that's up a little bit. That actually looks really good right there, Laptop Travel for CELH right there. And let's take a look and see what DataVolt's doing. That was trying to get set up. Had a little run around yesterday, nothing crazy, just trying to hit the MACD and set up. Is that REGN up some more? It looked like it wanted to run up, and yeah, it is. It did look like it was a momentum play right there last night, that's for sure. And Sinestech looks like it's trying to bottom out as well. ONDS down a little bit right there. Not looking terrible, though, so keep an eye on that. And UNH is actually up a little bit at the moment. And what's Open Door doing? That's just kind of hanging out there down a little bit. So there you go. And LAC right here is that Lithium Americas Corp. And that thing is curling up, hitting the 20, and I don't know about that at the moment. And the video right here looking pretty decent for earnings day. And LAC, you're watching this one closely. It's in squeeze mode right there. Let's see. It has to get back up over this 20, and then when the 20 and 50 meet up, it should try to get running right there, I would assume. So, yeah, let's see if it gets through that MACD. It could bounce off real quick one time and then get set up real well. So, keep an eye on LAC right there. And we looked at QMCO, and these guys, a couple of them were running up as well. And DLXY was a penny stock just kind of sitting there hanging out. And what's that Curie doing? That wasn't looking too bad. And that's just hanging out. And TONX right here is just sitting right there. Progressive G. So we'll look at that. today on the in the Discord, but yeah, it's just kind of hanging out right there, not doing a whole lot. And there you go. I would say that is what the market looks like. It's either going to break up or break down. You ain't kidding there, Luis Rodriguez. And so yeah, that's what the market looks like going into NVIDIA earnings today, and it's obviously a huge one. It's going to prop up the market or let it dip down some more. And as we look at it, SPY's up. I mean, it doesn't look perfect to me, guys. Let's just put it that way. I'll say that it doesn't look perfect. It looks like it's going to be a pretty tough day of trading. As we go in there, you can kind of see it's bouncing around all over, not really giving you a whole lot of direction just yet, but maybe it will shortly. And there you go, everybody. So thank you for tuning in. And yeah, Bitcoin down 91,232. It was at 92 yesterday. So it is pulling back a little bit right there. And let's see, that is what your market looks like on a Wednesday morning with NVIDIA earnings this afternoon. It's going to be a big deal right there. And let's see, I was wondering what this, I meant to look at this yesterday, not Visa, that was pulling back, but Verizon had been jumping up there off of that bottom, hitting the 50. I think it'll actually pull back right there. So watch for a market pivot at 8:30 with the jobs number, and that's it. I forgot that was coming out. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. So yeah, it's running around right now, but I don't trust it. It doesn't look perfect, guys, and we'll be keeping an eye on that jobs report, and then just keeping an eye on this NVIDIA and everything else the way it wants to set up today and the way it looks. So thanks again for tuning in, Progressive G. I'll see you in the Discord, and Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel, Doge Mama 9, and of course our Asian Joe Lee sending us our Joe Lee's jumpers each morning. And who else was Robin listening on his way to work, and Joseph Levy, we'll have to see. I think you're up on your cues because didn't you had calls on them. Let me see. Where the heck were you? You were right around here. I forget, but yeah, I think you're doing pretty well on your Q calls now, huh? So there you go. Joseph Levy been crushing it with the Q calls right there. So Luis Rodriguez, you have a great day. We'll see you tonight. I'll see a lot of people in the Discord throughout the day. We'll see what's going on with the market, and then we'll see what's happening with NVIDIA, and we'll try to keep track of it to see if we can get a good gauge on it. And it is just kind of hopping around there. It is the big NVIDIA day right here. So it's just kind of cruising up, but honestly, it doesn't. I mean, yeah, that could be the bottom look where it curls up, but it doesn't look perfect to me. I'm going to be honest with you. So that is what it looks like, guys. And if you'll alert, it's a cool. Luis Rodriguez, he'll alert us if he sees anything. You guys know, I'll let you guys know if I see anything, and I'll be in the Discord with Ben. Like I said, hopefully he's feeling better, but I'll hop in there anyway and see what's happening this morning. So enjoy your day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence and be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, like the show on your way out. And there you go. So be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits on the NVIDIA day, because it certainly is. And we'll be keeping our eyes on this bad boy right here with its earnings today in the after hours. And that's what everybody's going to be talking about and looking at, because that is going to be the difference in the market, whether it goes up or it goes down there. So that's what everybody's going to be watching. So thank you again, and be sure to trade smart, lock in those profits. Goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.